If you lack self-discipline, there will always be a limit to what you can accomplish in your life. It's much easier to experience a higher level of success in your life when you make self-discipline a priority and habit. If what you truly want in life requires a certain level of self-discipline, you will be forced to settle for an average life and live in mediocrity. A lot of people think of the word self-discipline as something bad because of what they heard or experienced growing up, the military, or the idea of being too strict or conservative with little or no freedom, and actually having more freedom than someone who doesn't. Think about the people you know that have a level of self-discipline and the people who don't. I'm willing to bet you there's a difference. So you came to this video to find out how to be more self-disciplined. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. The first thing you want to do is figure out why you actually want self-discipline. Not just because it sounds cool, but what will having self-discipline or more self-discipline mean for you in your life? One way to figure this out is to see if self-discipline or what you want self-discipline for actually aligns with your values. If it's something high on your list of values, then it's much easier to be self-disciplined or have the self-discipline in that particular area. So the second thing is to remove the things in your life that give you instant gratification. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't have to make a laundry list, but you know what I'm talking about. Remove those things first, because it's very hard to work on your self-discipline if you still are surrounded by things that give you instant gratification. So what do you do after you move the things that give you instant gratification? The third thing you want to do is master one thing that requires a high level of self-discipline. When you master this, the small things that also require a level of discipline will become that much more easier, and discipline becomes a habit. Now, if you don't want to master one thing, if you're not super ambitious, the other thing that you can do, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this as the fourth thing that you can do, start focusing on the small things that require a certain level of discipline. This could be making your bed. This could be going to the gym. This could be anything that requires a small amount of discipline that you normally don't want to do. Go ahead and start doing those things first, because it's the small things and the small battles that actually win the war. This is a great way to build that momentum and to also have self-discipline become a habit. So the fifth thing is think about the worst thing that can happen if you don't master self-discipline. If you're not self-disciplined and you don't make it a habit, what is the worst thing that can happen? So this means, what is the opposite of what you're going to get out of you having self-discipline? And a lot of times when it's the opposite, it's actually worse, because having that self-discipline is going to keep you at ground zero or rise above. But if you don't have that discipline, it can cause you to go under. So I want you to think about that. So the bonus tip I want to give you guys is this. Think about the great men in your family who had a level of self-discipline and how they were great at what they did. If they could do it, so could you. Or become the example of the man that you want your family to see, that you want your kids to emulate. As men, we tend to do extraordinary things for things bigger than us, our family, our kids. Keep that in mind. And if you forget about any of this, just think about clarity. What is the reason why you want to have self-discipline? Consistency. What's going to help you become more consistent with self-discipline? Getting rid of the things that give you instant gratification, focusing on mastering one thing first, or start focusing on the small things that require a certain level of discipline. Think about the worst thing that can happen if you don't become more self-disciplined. And let's see what Mike Tyson has to say about discipline.
To exercise deep into his 90s.
What it's all about. Yeah. I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
Nothing without discipline, because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%. And that has to be something that you also learn from Cuss as well.
I don't know what discipline is. I don't know what discipline. He told me discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. That is a great quote.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can do that, you could be successful in anything.
You know, you normally are.
Powerful words. Powerful words. So here's a question for you. Who will you become, and what will your life look like when you become more self-disciplined? This has been another video. I'm Saul Palmer. your life and relationship coach. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for next week's video. It's going to be a great one.